What if I told you there's a secret thread woven through the fabric of modern history? A thread connecting presidents, revolutionaries, artists, and scientists. An invisible brotherhood whose symbols are hidden in plain sight on our money, in our architecture, and in the very foundations of our governments. They are the Freemasons. To the outside world, they are a charitable fraternity, a social club for men of influence. But to others, they are the world's oldest and most powerful secret society, the guardians of an ancient knowledge that has shaped civilization from the shadows. What truly happens behind the locked doors of their temples? What are the bizarre rituals and blood oaths that bind them? And what is the real story of their secret influence on the world? Today, we're not just exploring a conspiracy theory, we are unlocking the lodge door. Prepare yourself, because the truth about Freemasonry is far stranger and more complex than you can imagine. To understand Freemasonry, you must first understand its foundational myth, a story that begins not with kings or philosophers, but with stonemasons. The most accepted origin story traces Freemasonry back to the medieval guilds of operative masons, the master craftsmen who built the great cathedrals of Europe. These were not mere laborers. They were the keepers of a sacred and highly valuable knowledge, geometry and engineering, to protect their trade secrets, to ensure quality, and to recognize a fellow craftsman's skill level. They developed a system of secret handshakes, passwords, and rituals. They were the original Freemasons, literally free to travel and work, unbound to a single lord. Their lodge was their workshop, a place to both work and pass down their guarded knowledge. But as the great age of cathedral building waned, particularly around the 17th century, these lodges began to change. To survive, they started admitting accepted or speculative membersmen who were not stonemasons by trade, but were drawn to the fraternity's ideals of knowledge, self-improvement, and brotherhood. These new members, often gentlemen, scholars, and merchants of the Enlightenment, took the working tools of the stonemason, the square, the compass, the gaviland, transformed them into powerful symbols for moral and philosophical lessons. The square came to symbolize morality and acting on the square with others. The compass symbolized the importance of circumscribing one's passions. Freemasonry evolved from building physical temples of stone to building the symbolic temple of humanity within each man. The founding of the Grand Lodge of England in 1717 marks the official birth of modern Freemasonry, a society with secrets rather than a true secret society. So, what are these secrets that have fueled centuries of speculation? The core of Freemasonry lies in its allegorical rituals, a series of dramatic plays in which a candidate progresses through 3 degrees: entered apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason. Each degree is designed to teach a moral lesson. The initiation of an entered apprentice is a deeply symbolic and, to an outsider, bizarre ceremony. The candidate is blindfolded, symbolizing his state of darkness and ignorance before enlightenment. A ceremonial noose, or cable tow, is placed around his neck, symbolizing his bond to the fraternity, but also the peril of betraying its secrets. He is made to bare his left breast, right knee, and left heel, symbolizing his vulnerability and sincerity. He is then led into the lodge and questioned about his belief in a supreme being, or great architect of the universe, a fundamental requirement. He then takes a solemn oath, under a symbolic penalty of having his throat cut or his tongue torn out, if he ever reveals the Order's secrets. This is not a literal threat, but a piece of dramatic theater designed to impress upon the candidate the seriousness of his vow. As the Mason advances, the rituals become more complex. The Master Mason degree is the climax, centered on the legend of Hiram Abiff, the master architect of King Solomon's temple. In the legend, Hiram possesses the master's word, a secret name of God that allows him to command his workforce. 3 ruffians try to force him to reveal the secret. He refuses and is murdered. The ritual involves the candidate acting out Hiram's part, experiencing a symbolic death and being raised from the grave by the master of the lodge. This drama is an allegory about loyalty, integrity in the face of death, and the promise of immortality. It is a powerful, shared experience that binds all Master Masons together. It is this secrecy and ritualism that has made Freemasonry a prime target for conspiracy theories. The Catholic Church was one of its earliest and fiercest opponents, issuing papal bulls condemning the fraternity for promoting religious indifferentism and for its secret, oath-bound nature. Modern conspiracy theorists go much further, seeing the Masons as the hidden hand behind world-changing events like the French Revolution and the founding of the United States. And here, the line between fact and fiction blurs. The Masonic influence on these events is undeniable. Figures like George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Voltaire, and Mozart were all proud Freemasons. The Masonic ideals of liberty, equality, and religious tolerance were the very bedrock of the Enlightenment. The question isn't if Masons influenced history, but how. Was it a coordinated conspiracy for world domination? Or was it the natural influence of a powerful network of like-minded men, using their lodges as safe spaces to discuss revolutionary ideas that were dangerous to speak of in public? The most famous symbol fueling these theories is the all-seeing eye on the US $1 bill. For conspiracy theorists, this is the ultimate proof of a Masonic plot. The truth is more mundane. The Eye of Providence is an ancient symbol for God's omniscience, used in Christian art for centuries. It was proposed for the Great Seal of the United States by a committee of artists, not by Freemasons as an organization. However, the fact that many of the founding fathers were Masons creates a fertile ground for suspicion. The overlap between the men and the symbols, even if coincidental, is too tantalizing for many to ignore. And what of the accusation that Freemasonry is an old boys club, where members help each other climb the corporate ladder and evade justice? This is perhaps the most realistic and persistent criticism. The very nature of a sworn brotherhood creates a powerful network. It is undeniable that in many instances, a Masonic connection can open doors in business, politics, and law enforcement. The question is whether this mutual aid crosses an ethical or legal line. Freemasonry officially forbids using the fraternity for personal gain or to shield a member from the consequences of their crimes. But in a decentralized organization with millions of members worldwide, abuses are inevitable. The secrecy and loyalty that are Freemasonry's greatest strengths can also be its greatest weaknesses, creating a veil that can, in some cases, conceal corruption. Today, Freemasonry faces an identity crisis. In a world of social media and radical transparency, a society built on secrets and formal ritual can seem like an anachronism. Its membership is aging, and it struggles to attract younger men. In response, it has tried to become more open, offering public tours of its temples and highlighting its extensive charitable work, such as its network of hospitals and scholarship funds. But the central contradiction remains. Freemasonry is an organization that preaches equality but has historically excluded women and, in many lodges, racial minorities. It's a fraternity that champions reason and science, yet is steeped in mystical ritual and esoteric symbolism. It's a society that claims not to be a religion, yet requires a belief in a supreme being and conducts ceremonies that resemble acts of worship. the truth about Freemasonry likely lies not in the extremes. It is neither a malevolent cabal secretly ruling the world, nor is it merely a harmless social club. It is a complex, multifaceted network of men, bound by an oath and a shared philosophy. Its influence on history was not that of a puppet master pulling strings, but that of a catalyst, providing the space and the ideals for the seeds of change to grow. The real secret of Freemasonry may not be a lost word or a plan for world domination, but something far more simple and human: the power of a trusted, loyal network to shape the world for better, and sometimes for worse. What is your view on Freemasonry? A force for good, a dangerous conspiracy, or something in between? Let us know your theory in the comments. We want to hear what you think about this fascinating and controversial organization. And if you enjoyed this dive into the secrets of the world's most enigmatic societies, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because there are many more veils of mystery waiting to be lifted.